Hi and welcome. Thanks for watching. My name is Tony Maritato. I'm a licensed physical therapist. And to the side, you can see a patient handout for a post-surgical protocol for the Smith & Nephew Regenetens bioinductive implant. And basically what this is a rehab protocol for patients that are experiencing a partial thickness tear without a repair. This patch is used by one of my favorite local orthopedic surgeons, Dr. Anthony Chacroun with Premier Health. And as he goes through using this technology, I want to share what you can expect, what his patients can expect following the surgical procedure from their outpatient physical therapy experience. So this is a great handout. I'll go ahead and put the link to this handout down in the video description below. But what we'll do is we'll take a look at some of the initial phase 1 goals. Now, phase 1 basically is from the day of the procedure to about the 5th to 7th day. So think of it as the first week. We want to protect the surgical site. We want to ensure the wound is healing well. We want to make sure there's no signs of infection or excessive seepage. We want to diminish your pain and inflammation. We want to make you, the patient, as comfortable as possible. And we want to prevent stiffness to start regaining some motion. So activities during the first week after surgery, you're going to be using a sling for 24 to 48 hours. Now, your orthopedic surgeon will issue you the sling. If you're not sure exactly how to fit it properly, or if you feel like it's either digging into the neck or just sitting uncomfortably on your body, either your physical therapist or your surgical team will help you better fit the sling to your body type. Everybody's going to be a little bit different, and usually after a day or two that sling starts to get a little bit wonky. We might just need to make a couple adjustments to make it more comfortable for you. You're going to remove the sling 4 to 5 times a day to do what's called pendulum exercises. Now, I've got some separate videos on the channel showing you what a pendulum exercise is and how to do it correctly. I'll go ahead and reference those links also in the description below this video. You'll need to sleep with your sling and pillow in place. Now, I'll tell you right now, most of my patients are sleeping in a recliner if they have one for the first week after surgery. Occasionally, somebody will feel comfortable in bed. If you want to get in bed or you don't have a recliner, you can always look at purchasing a wedge pillow. You can usually find them on Amazon for under $50. Again, I'll post some links down in the description of this video just to help you find some of the ones that I know patients have purchased and been happy with in the past. So here it says it's more comfortable occasionally to sleep in a recliner or using several pillows. The wedge pillow is a great option. Use the affected arm. You may use the hand on the affected arm in the front of your body. It's all right to flex your arm at the elbow. Now, the only thing with this is you will have to talk to your surgeon to determine if you had any surgical procedure done to the biceps tendon. Occasionally, when patients have damage on the biceps tendon, the surgeon will do some debridement, they'll do a tenodesis, and they may not want you to actively flex the elbow, meaning bring your hand up toward the shoulder for up to 4 weeks following surgery. So you have to confirm that with your surgeon. Every surgical protocol there is going to be a little bit different. You're going to continue to move the elbow and wrist and hand to help improve circulation and motion. I know a lot of patients will come into the clinic complaining of sausage fingers. Their fingers feel swollen, their fingers feel tight. That's usually because either the sling is positioned incorrectly and the hand is sitting too low relative to the elbow in the center of the body, or they're just not removing the sling and doing the pendulums and the active motion at the hand, the wrist, the elbow that they're allowed to do. So we want to keep that circulation moving. We want to prevent excessive edema into the hand and wrist. Some of the restrictions or precautions you have to monitor. No lifting of objects over 5 pounds during that first week of recovery. No excessive shoulder extension. So extension is going to be elbow behind the body. No excessive stretching or sudden movements. And most of my patients will tell me they get surprised, they get startled, all of a sudden they go to jerk even if they're still in the sling. That sudden unexpected motion is what we want to try to prevent. No supporting the body weight through the hands. So if you have the sling on, you're pretty well immobilized, but when you're out of the sling, you want to avoid things like pushing yourself up from a chair, pushing yourself away from something. All of these things are going to be we want to control them during the first week of recovery. You may continue to use ice on a regular basis. Typically, ice is going to be used anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. I prefer the Chattanooga Cool Pack. It's a gel pack. You can buy a blue or a black polyurethane. They're incredible. They stay cold, but they stay soft. They're really, really comfortable. There's also some shoulder harnesses and other things that you can use. I can produce more videos if you have questions about that. And of course, your first therapy appointment should be within the first 5 days after surgery. I can tell you that for patients that I see, I like to see them earlier just to make sure I can answer their questions. I can help provide them peace of mind. And then if they're doing really amazing, I might not see them for another week, and we'll then determine the frequency of therapy after that. So insurance is going to play a role. If you don't know your insurance benefits, your physical therapy clinic should be able to verify your insurance coverage before you start. I always want to make sure there's no excessive financial burden on my patients. Guys, in the next video, I'll start talking about the exercises you can expect to do during the first week of recovery.